What's going on, guys? Justin with Interstate V Twin and Tuning. Gonna do a quick feature product Friday. Haven't done one in probably a year, but I don't get much time to do this shit. So anyway, some stuff that I'm gonna show is stuff that you're gonna tell the difference right away. And we all love instant gratification. So a little bit of background on the bike is this is my personal bike. It's a ex-police bike. It's got 53K on it. Got it back to shop, tore it down, did a bunch of powder coating, cammed it, pipes, air cleaner, the basic stage 2. Tuned it. Once I got off the dyno, took it down the street. Tire was spinning first, second, third. So anyway, it's fun to spin the tire. It's exciting, you know. Do the squirrelies, the whole nine. I personally like the traction. I like to hit it and go, especially if you're out fucking around with your buddies, tearing through the city, stoplight to stoplight, stuff like that. I prefer to hook up and take off. So I had American Elite Dunlap on the bike, like they come with, and pulled that off and went to the first thing that I'm going to show, which you really can't see, but it is a Shinko 777. Korean junk. They don't last for shit. Yada yada yada. Insert your complaint below. But I happen to like the tire. I've never had a problem with the tire. I've run several of them. I did not put a Shinko on the front. The Pirelli Night Dragon is on the front. I put the Shinko on the back because that's the tire that's spinning. That's the tire I want to stop spinning. Also, I've got these here. These are push drive inserts. These are from Energy Suspension. Alloy Art sells them. I don't even know if anybody has these in stock right now. None of my distributors do. So Alloy Art or Energy Suspension. The push drive inserts, what they do is they go into your rear pulley here. This is, of course, if you're still running a belt. So one thing about belts is they use them in drag bikes. They use them in race bikes. The cog belt is very strong. The issue is when you don't have it A, properly adjusted, or B, when your axle rotates. So this third product is the axle lock from A1 Cycles. I have mine powder coated black. When you get them from A1 Cycles, they're just sent raw aluminum. They come with this left side and one for the right side, and they're basically locked in place by your shock bolt on the bottom. Then there's a spacer on the top, which you can see right here, if you can see it. I can't see the cameras, but offsets that shock to make up for the space down here below. So between your sticky tire, your polyurethane inserts, which are gonna, just those two things, you're gonna feel instant. Between those two things, you're gonna feel like a much more direct feel, like almost like you're connected more with the bike. When you twist it, it's gonna go. There's not gonna be any slop or slack, like the rubber bushing sometimes will end up having over time. These are a one and done. I have not had to replace, even on higher mileage bikes, I've not had to replace one yet. Guys that are, you know, they got them at 20,000 miles and they're up over 100,000 miles now. No issues with those. And then as cheap insurance, I think the axle locks are like 50, 60 bucks, something like that. I think they're on sale right now, actually. So between that and the inserts, which are about 50 bucks, you're 100 bucks there, plus a tire, which these tires obviously are cheap, they're not expensive. And you have traction, you have a much more connected feel to the bike, and instantaneous pull. When you twist the throttle, the bike goes, you're not spinning. And like I said, spinning is fun. And I used up every bit of that tire before I swapped it out. And you know, I've got other tires and whatnot that you know, if I need to retune this bike, I have to swap of a takeoff wheels and stuff that I can put on. So that's one thing about the Shinko tires that are terrible on a dyno. You don't want to have that tire on your bike when you're dynoing, because it minces. I can run this bike 10 times and go across the back sheet metal of where the drum is, and it's like rubber powder. The tires tear up real quick, especially if you have a good drum with the knurling still, you know, very much intact. So Shinko, no good for the dyno, but excellent for the street. These should just be done to go. These inserts, even if you're not hot rodding, it's just the feel. You all want instant gratification. This will give you instant gratification. And then of course, you do a burnout, you do a launch, you know, dump the clutch, whatever the case may be, and your axle rotates forward. It's going to lose the tension in the belt. It's going to tear the teeth off, and it's going to break your belt. So you get all three of these parts are relatively cheap, especially the two. The one that's insurance and the other one that is the cause of that direct feel. The beeping fucked me up. Anyway, three good products that I have on my own personal bike, and this will give you an advantage over your buddies. If you guys both launch from a red light when it turns green and go, and your buddy's rolling a Commander or a American Elite, and you guys are both within the same power range, if you have a Shinko tire, you're gone. You're gonna be shifting in a second when he's still spinning the tire. So anyway, hope this helps somebody if you're trying to get some traction. You know, make sure that you do get the axle lock, because if it does hook up and it does roll forward, then your chain conversion, your a new belt, your inner primaries come off. It's you know, it's not a cheap fix. It's just like throwing a new one on. So make sure your belt tension is the right tension, and that you lock your axle in place. You shouldn't have any problems with hooking that tire to the ground and getting a good rip out of it.